Hi, welcome to This Week in Property. I'm Jayashri Kurup. I'm editor MBTV, and I have with me Prabhakar Sinha. He's the real estate editor of the Times of India. Today, we're discussing an issue that most of us have been faced with one time or the other. How do you make residents associations strong enough so that the maintenance and welfare of the association can actually be imparted? The problem is that the RWAs are normally people who are like you and me. They are not experts, they're not engineers, they're not facility managers, and neither are they finance professionals. But the role that they have to undertake is one of civic management, of engineering, managing the engineering services, of managing a whole lot of people who are completely unrelated to each other, but who have a common goal. You're staying together, you're in a neighborhood. And participating in this, we have Suvigya Avasthi, who's the associate partner of PSL Advocates and Solicitors. Thanks, Suvigya, for joining us. We have Indrani Mukherjee. She's a resident of Mahagun Moderni, where they have been agitating for good practices for a while, and we thought we'll take their views. And there's Geeta Mathur. She's president of Airwell Intellicity Social Welfare Society. Thank you, Geeta, for joining us. Prabhakar, would you like to open the discussion?
Now, this is a very big issue, particularly all the residents are affected. Now, there are multi-pronged problems in this situation. First of all the residents who lives in a society, they are not interested in the functioning of the society, though they want that the services in the society which are getting provided by the RWA should be of good class. And this indifference basically, one guy says that, okay, I am not concerned, but when he is affected, then he becomes concerned. But by then, other guy says that, okay, I am not concerned, let them decide whatever they have to do. Now, as you rightly pointed out, that these residents are not experts in themselves. And the worst situation is that there is not enough law, there is no regulator also. So the problem is this, that when issues becomes very big, very acute, then residents, they don't know, because the RWA, they act like a stone wall. I mean, you go and talk to them, they will not listen to you. You don't know where to go now. Now, if you go to the registrar, they act like a post office. Now, registrar, they say that, okay, I will do just this much, that I'll call for a GBM. Now, if he's not calling the GBM, and I will give some, but that doesn't lead to any solution. Only solution in this case, if you are very, very active, to go to court, file a case, get the things, try to put in order. But ultimately, the new RWA will be formed. They will also act like the same. And this is the perpetual problem. All the societies are today facing the same problem again and again. So now this is the huge problem, and we should try to find out the solution of that.
Sure. And here, Suvigya, I'm going to come to you after both the ladies have placed on record the problems that they are representing. So let's start with Indrani. Indrani, about 10,000 residents marching against an AOA, or the management association, was big news. So tell us what went wrong and what are you guys doing?
See, basically what happens, there is a disconnect. Once you become, there is the laws, depending on which the RWAs work. So, unka jo foundation hai, somewhere I feel that the foundation itself is weak. According to the bylaws, the first AOA has to be initiated by the builder. Builder is a businessman. What happens that when the builder forms the RWA, the first AOA, so they try to put their puppet in the AOA so that the handover they want to do, especially the defective handover, that goes on smoothly. And that is when the all problem all starts. And इसमें क्या होता है कि हमारा एक IFMS का amount होता है, the interest free maintenance security deposit, that lies with builder. Builder never wants to give this back to your AOA or the residents, जैसा कि लीज में हुआ रहता है. Now to eat up this money, they put their puppet in the RWA because they are the one who are initiating the elections, or naturally they forge the records, and they also try to put in the voters who are in their favor, जैसे जिनकी registry नहीं हुई है उनको भी voter list में डाल दिया. So that way वो क्या करते हैं, just allot कर दिया एक घर किसी के नाम पे, and वो बन जाता है president. He has not even registered his flat and he becomes the president of the association.
Could you not protest?
Yes, the protest we did, we put a, जैसे हमने High Court में भी we put a, complaint in this regard. But क्या होता है कि High Court sends you to the competent authority. Competent authority sends you to Deputy Registrar. Deputy Registrar says that under 25(1) we should go to SDM. And there are so many things. The governance itself is so flawed. And there are so many gray areas in the UP apartment bylaw that it is difficult for a general residents to keep on fighting and going table to table, running from door to door. It becomes next to impossible.
Right. Now I'll go to Geeta. Geeta ji, tell us, you represent two different societies and two different kinds of problems. One was before the housing society was complete and one is after. Tell us both the problems. Geeta ji, you're on mute.
Thanks for giving me chance. So I'll tell you first कि जो RW है इसको आज का जो टॉपिक भी यही है कि कैसे RWA रेजिडेंशियल एसोसिएशंस को स्ट्रॉन्ग किया जाए. तो AOA या रेजिडेंशियल वेलफेयर एसोसिएशन का जो एम होता है वो उसका जो एम है घर खरीदारों की समस्याओं को समाधान करने के उद्देश्य से ही बनाई जाती हैं. अब समस्याएं घर मिलने से पहले भी होती हैं और घर मिलने के बाद भी होती हैं. तो जो RWS हैं उनका वर्क दोनों जगह पर होता है. तो रेजिडेंशियल एसोसिएशन उन सभी घर खरीदारों का प्रतिनिधित्व करती है, उनको रिप्रेजेंट करती है जो अनगिनत यानी अनकाउंटेबल विभिन्न प्रकार की समस्याओं का सामना कर रही हैं. समस्याएं घर खरीदने से संबंधित ही होती हैं. अब जो खरीदार हैं वो अपनी गाड़ी, मेहनत की, खून पसीने की कमाई जो है वो अपने निवेश करता है.
Geeta ji, talk about the issue
Yeah.
that we are talking about.
Okay.
Don't tell us what an association does. Tell us what the problems that the associations have faced.
Builder makes a BBA, builder buyer agreement with the buyer,
Right.
जिसमें पूरा रिटेन होता है घर का साइज, उसका रेट्स, उसके मैप और सबसे बड़ी चीज पोजीशन की डेट. तो जब बायर को अपनी पोजीशन डेट तक नहीं मिलता है तो बायर्स परेशान होना शुरू होते हैं. और बायर्स को इकट्ठा होने का एक सबसे बढ़िया सोर्स यही है कि बायर्स इकट्ठे हों और एक एसोसिएशन को रजिस्टर्ड करें. और रजिस्टर्ड होता है वो मेरठ से, जैसा कि हम सभी जानते हैं कि रजिस्ट्रार ऑफिस से. तो चूंकि रजिस्ट्रार ऑफिस के यहाँ एसोसिएशन बिल्कुल बायर्स जो होते हैं अननोन होते हैं इस लीगल प्रोसेस से, उनको बहुत सारी मुश्किलें आती हैं और कैसे तैसे वो रजिस्टर्ड तो हो जाती है. फिर उसके बाद जो उसमें 7 से 9 जो होते हैं मेन सीट्स होती हैं जिनके ऊपर प्रेसिडेंट, सेक्रेटरी, ट्रेजरर, एग्जीक्यूटिव मेंबर्स होते हैं.
मगर आप ये 1 मिनट आप उस एसोसिएशन की बात कर रहे हैं जहां घर बन चुका है या घर बन
नहीं है. मैडम मैं सबसे पहले एयरवेल इंटेलिसिटी के लिए ही बात कर रही हूँ.
हाँ.
जिसमें घर बना नहीं है अभी तक मैम, एंड वी आर फाइटिंग फॉर अवर राइट. तो अब जब एसोसिएशन की सीट्स पे लोग आते हैं तो बिल्डर कैसे करप्शन करता है, उन सीट्स पे आए हुए लोगों को गुमराह करता है और वो जो एक व्यक्ति काम करना चाहता है बायर्स के फेवर में उनको वो लोग परेशान करते हैं. इनडायरेक्टली उसके पीछे बिल्डर ही होता है वो.
ठीक है वो दैट इज बिफोर द कंप्लीशन. जो आप दूसरी सोसाइटी की बात कर रहे थे, जो दूसरी सोसाइटी की बात कर रहे थे जहां पे बन चुका है, वो भी आप एक बार जल्दी से ब्रीफली समझाइए.
यस, आम्रपाली ज़ोडियाक है ये सेक्टर 120 में मैडम. और वहां पर RWA बनी हुई है और इनकम्प्लीट स्ट्रक्चर में बिल्डर ने जो है पोजीशन दे दिया और उस पर अभी तक कोई रजिस्ट्री भी स्टार्ट नहीं हुई. उसमें रहना बहुत मुश्किल है. फर्स्टली RWA बिल्डर ने ही, आम्रपाली ने ही बना के दी. उसके अपने ही लोग थे जो कि रेजिडेंट्स को परेशान करते रहे. उनसे जो मेंटेनेंस मनी ली जाती है सर्विसेज के फॉर्म में कि उनको पानी मिलेगा, उनको सिक्योरिटी मिलेगी, उनको लिफ्ट फैसिलिटी मिलेगी, सफाई मिलेगी, कचरा उठेगा, उसके लिए अच्छा खासा मनी लिया जाता है. लेकिन उनकी आवाज कहीं उठती नहीं मैडम. वहाँ कोई सुनवाई नहीं. जो रेजिडेंट्स कहाँ जाएं, कहाँ कंप्लेंट करें. तो मेरी एडवाइस ये है कि बार बार RWA री इलेक्ट करना, नए लोग सीट्स पे आना सॉल्यूशन नहीं है। उसका सॉल्यूशन जहां तक मुझे समझ में आता है वो सिर्फ एक ही है कि रजिस्ट्रार ऑफिस को जो सर्विसेज हैं वो ऑनलाइन होनी चाहिए, चाहे एक एसोसिएशन रजिस्टर्ड की जाए या रेजिडेंट्स की या बायर्स की कोई भी कंप्लेंट है वो ऑनलाइन सबमिट हो और फौरन उसका सॉल्यूशन आना चाहिए।
Right.
और जो
One
rules
minute.
हैं,
Now we'll go to Suvigya. So then we come back to you, right? Suvigya, clearly the issue is that developers have put dummy members as the president and office bearers, and the residents are unhappy with the quality of services. Another issue that I can hear that they have raised is that even if you go and complain to a registrar, it doesn't seem to hold much water. Things are not changing there, and they are running from pillar to post. So help us understand what are the legal rights of these residents and what should they be doing.
Thank you, Jayashree. So first, I think we should begin by understanding that these RWAs are registered under the Societies Registration Act. And the adjudicating authority in most of the cases is the registrar or the deputy registrar. Now, there are two domains of issues. One issue I'd first flag, that is lack of awareness and lack of sanctions. These are two issues. So one, the residents are not really aware of the legal rights because there's so many legal rigmaroles and there's so many red tapeism issues that they face, that there's this complete lack of clarity about what legal rights do they actually have.
Sure.
Now, one solution to this would be a legal response, that is drafting of regulations or drafting of a special legislation which gives these associations a different character and equips it with more teeth so as to regulate the functioning. But in the current scenario, first and foremost, I think residents should be well aware of the rights, that they have the right to inspect any document, any public document with the registrar of the societies, be it the amount amount being charged as maintenance fees, be it the upkeep of records, be it the issue of conveyancing. There are various methods available to them under the Right to Information Act where they can seek and inspect such documents. Now, the inspection usually takes a lot of time and sometimes a resident has to run from pillar to post. Those are issues of execution, and with better representation or maybe a collective voice, we may say some sort of regulation happening in that space. But as of now, I fully understand the woes of the associations, that yes, they're not equipped with enough teeth. Now, second issue I think that I heard was a defective handover of a faulty mechanism, that dummies are placed by the builders to suit their own agendas and needs. Now, these issues are very similar to issues that we face in a democracy every day. A lot of politics is involved, but I think awareness and coming together in an organized manner for these RWAs is the need of the hour. I mean, RWAs should perhaps retain consultants, if not legal consultants, then definitely consultants who can educate them about the legal rights. I think
So,
that should be the
Mr.
first step.
Jayashree, I just want to raise one point here with Mr.
Sure,
Avasthi.
sure.
That now suppose I am aware that I have the right, but how will I proceed? Where should I go? Can you please, Mr. Avasthi, can you explain to us that how to go about it? Where to go first? From there, if some solution is not coming, then where to go and how to go about it? Because people are aware of the fact that, okay, water supply should come, electricity supply should come, cleanliness should be maintained, the pets should be kept properly, or so many other issues. Even if in those society which is functioning, and they are not doing it in many society, RWA, and residents don't know that how to complain. And if they complain, suppose somebody complains to AOA, AOA doesn't listen to them. They say that, okay, go to hell. I'm not listening. I can't do anything to you. Where will you go? Will you go to register? How will you go about it? So that is many people would like to understand that point also.
Well, see, the rights first emanate out of the bylaws that constitute the functioning of the RWAs. So we have to first, every bylaw is different in one way or the other, but the common mechanisms are that you can always first and foremost complain to the managing committee of the RWA. If no action is taken within a reasonable time frame, say 30 days, then you have a right to file an appeal before the secretary, and that secretary, once it receives the complaint in writing, it has to take a decision by calling a general body meeting. Now, once that avenue is also not with any, not met with any response, then of course the next step is to approach the registrar. Now, registrar, in my humble opinion, has very limited jurisdiction in interfering and mitigating such measures. What it can do is it has been given wide powers that it can cancel the registration if the RW is not acting as per the directions. But we see that that seldom happens, and that is not the correct resolution of the problem, because once the registration of a RW is cancelled, then it will only send the RWs into a whirlpool that they are left without any representation. So we see that despite these stepwise modes or appellate mechanisms being available, there is not enough teeth in the regulatory setup, to suggest novel measures for the RWS to resolve their complaints. So what I suggest is that a legal action, if the registrar is not acting or the directions are not being complied with, you can always obtain, the aggrieved person can always obtain directions from the High Court or the Civil Court, asking that the registrar or RWS act in a certain way. But as we see that in India, any legal action is met with some sort of delay or some sort of dilatory tactic. So that is where we lack adequate safeguards. But in the current structure, this is the mechanism that is available.
I'm going to ask, I've got a lot of very operational queries that have come. What role do DMs have in proper functioning of the residents associations? I think this is in response to what Indrani said, that they were also sent to the DM, if I'm not mistaken, right? Indrani, you're on mute.
Deputy Registrar.
Deputy Registrar.
Societies and Trades, Meerut.
Yeah. Do DMs have any role in the proper functioning of residents associations?
We are not able to find out till now, because we had given our representation to DM as well, that for the last 3 years, the elections have not happened in our society, and the society is in a mess. So somebody in the Noida authority had told us that you should give a representation to the DM as well.
Yeah.
We did went to DM Mr. Suhas Alvai. He took the representation. He did scribble something in there, but then he told us that this comes under Finance Ministry, and Deputy Registrar is in charge of this particular thing. So I wouldn't be able to help you in this case. So you have to go to the Deputy Registrar.
Okay. Another query that I have is, please tell us how a home buyer can check the status of maintenance funds which stays with the builder. Now here, Suhas, one of the biggest issues is, and I think both the ladies raised it, that you pay money, you pay your maintenance charges, but you don't know what are the services that you should be getting. You don't have that contract document. In an earlier show, we found that in places like Bangalore and Chennai, if the developer says that you have to pay, say, 7,000 rupees a month, you know that it is for these services. Here, across the NCR and much of many other cities, we have noticed that there's the resident does not know what he's paying for. And can you throw some light on this?
Yes. So first of all, the DM really has no jurisdiction in law to interfere in the operating of the RWAs, unless it is an issue of relating to land revenue, which very seldom happens. Mm-hmm. So the only option is to approach the deputy registrar, as rightly suggested, and then after that you can approach the court.
Okay.
Second question that you have put is lack of transparency as to how the amount is being utilized. Yes. Now, I have seen in my experience that there are some societies in the Delhi NCR region that give the residents or the apartment owners itemized list of the charges that are being borne by them. So, and in an event where there is lack of transparency, one can always write to the managing committee as to, to disclose where exactly that amount is being utilized.
Is it mandatory? Is there a statutory requirement?
There is there is no requirement that you have to mandatorily disclose as to how the money is being spent, but there is a vested right in every member of the RWA to seek such information. And if such information is not given, I'll give you a recent example. In the Haryana Societies Registration Act of 2012, now the State Information Commission has said that every document filed by the RWA is a public document, and it falls in the domain of the Right to Information Act. And any member can go and write to the public information officer that has to be designated by every RWA. So I think this is a very important development that has taken place, the statutory recognition that all those are public documents and you have a right to seek that information.
Okay.
But what becomes problematic is for one single resident or a couple of, or a few individuals to seek that opinion, because they can again, we are seeing that the PIOs that are designated by the RWAs, they seldom act in accordance with the timeline prescribed under the Act.
Yes.
And in some of the cases, we are seeing that there's a lack of appellate mechanism as prescribed in the RTI Act. But
Absolutely.
they do have a right to seek such information.
Right. Geeta ji, when as residents, are you paying a certain amount of maintenance to the authority, to the association?
Paying per square feet, approximately 2.5 rupees.
Yeah.
So जितना भी मैम हम पेमेंट कर रहे हैं उसके अकॉर्डिंगली we are not satisfied.
आपको पता है आप क्या सर्विसेज आपको मिलने हैं उस अमाउंट में? क्या आप जानते हैं?
जो हम मेंटेनेंस देते हैं उसके बदले में हमको साफ सफाई, कचरा उठाना जितना भी रहता है आसपास, और इलेक्ट्रिसिटी तो खैर कॉमनली जाती है, इसके अलावा सिक्योरिटी रहती है।
आपके पास कोई डॉक्यूमेंट है कि कौन कौन से सर्विसेज आपको प्रोवाइड किए जाएंगे?
या मैम, सोसाइटी में एक आई सोसाइटी ऐप है, उसके थ्रू सारी जो हम लोगों से पेमेंट लेते हैं उसमें वो लोग पब्लिश करते हैं पूरा।
राइट। नाउ
बट द प्रॉब्लम इज दैट कि वहां पर मैडम वेंडर्स को जब सेलेक्ट किया जाता है वहां पे जस्टिस नहीं होता है।
राइट।
वो वेंडर वो अपने लेके आते हैं जितने भी
Sure.
यहाँ पे वो लोग अपना उठाते हैं।
So Suvikya, what can they do if there is a it's the quality of services. I think both the ladies spoke about the quality of services and the fact that it doesn't meet their requirements.
Well, yes. So in the current scenario, the only solution is for the residents to come together as a unit and participate in the democratic setup more proactively. I mean, you have to make these residents and the representatives accountable. Sometimes there is a lack of probity. There is a lack of I mean that there's a lot of discussion, but any executable action seldom comes out of it.
Yeah.
So according to me, that is a proactive step that needs to be taken by the RWAs, and a fair tendering process for selection of vendors can always be voiced and acted upon. And I think a lot of societies, in my opinion, do adopt this process. There are issues of bias and discrimination and prejudice, and we see that from all quarters. What one possible solution could be that instead of holding elections every 5 years, a change that can be introduced is that election should be held every 2 years or every 3 years, so that the office bearers are more accountable and act in a more transparent manner.
That is according to the memorandum of association, right?
That is according to the memorandum of association.
And each association
in the bylaws, they have a right and authority to change the number of years for which a body may be elected. Yeah. So that is something that can be acted upon.
That has to be approved by the GBF.
No, as per the bylaw, the elections are mandatory every year.
Okay.
The first quarter of every year, according to the bylaw 14, it's mandated.
And I was talking about the AOAs, For
Yeah,
RWS,
AOAs.
of course, yeah. For RWS, for
AOAs.
societies which are still under construction and where the builder has designated. For AOS, that is 5 years. For RWS, of course, every year it takes place. And also yearly.
Not everywhere. I know that in Gurgaon, it doesn't happen every year.
In
It
Delhi, it is
happens
3 years.
every 3 years.
Yeah, Delhi, it is 3
The
years.
UP apartment bylaw, section
Yeah.
14, it mandates election every year. Like
Okay.
first quarter of the financial year, you should have the elections done.
If the election is not done, what is the way out?
Yeah.
Well,
What is the consequence of not holding that election?
What is the recourse?
Yeah.
well, the consequence, there is no legal sanction. I mean, nobody is held accountable. A member always has the right to complain, or the registrar can take suo motu cognizance under section 83 of the Delhi Societies Act and a few other acts. But there has to be that vigilant eye of the registrars. Most of the times, these registrars are leaden and overworked, and seldom any action is taken. That is why I see a lot of societies lagging behind in this sphere. But a disgruntled or a aggrieved member or an association can always approach the court, the High Court, in a writ petition and seek a mandatory writ from the court, asking the registrar to pass or issue a direction to the RWS to hold those elections regularly.
Was this done, Indrani, in your case?
Yeah, well, I would like to say that in case we also visited, I mean, we also took the recourse of the law, but typically it takes about 2 years for a court, especially Allahabad High Court, to give a decision on the RWA matter. तब तक already वो जो एक board continue कर रही है, that is supposed to conduct the election, वो already अपना term complete करने के बाद 2 और term को complete कर चुकी होती है. And they also know this flaw about the law, and they I mean freely say this कि आप जाकर कोर्ट से ऑर्डर लेकर आओ. तो हमारी जैसे मैं आपको कह सकती हूँ कि हमारी सोसाइटी में the person who is president right now, also the vice president and few other board members, they are sitting there for the last 3 years, and the residents are running post to pillar to get an election done. Deputy Registrar finally gives an order on 30th September, and then against functus officio, he himself stays his own order. We have filed a writ petition in High Court in urgent category. So after like 2 months, we are supposed to get the hearing listed in January. And still, if there is only a stay, not an election order there, your society again hangs somewhere in between.
That's right.
Because it takes a lot of time.
What
for
is the meaning
court
of a
to
stay
get-
here? What is the meaning of a stay? Does the society, the RWA or AOA won't function during that period?
Yeah, in the first stay order, they did not write anything like that. It was just written कि अगले निर्देशों तक इसे स्थगित किया जाता है. And now अगला निर्देश is like dependent on, he is supposed to call both the parties again. He said that some new points have been given to my office, and then he doesn't even call any of the parties to get the clarification. So you have to go yourself, push the clarification, that ask me whatever you want to ask. Then he would say, okay, I will take it to consideration. By the time we come to know that without even informing the complainants, the deputy registrar passes another order that says that till the time election is happening, the existing body is empowered to continue as the AOA. So it's like the builder made AOA continues for 3 years, does not take handover properly, you know, and all the IFMS money is gone. Builder is playing all this behind your back, and through this puppet AOA. So all these things we have to suffer, and you can understand, like it's
absolutely, and that's why we raise the flag here, because we believe that this is a serious issue. Now,
Jayashree, I would like to just point out one thing. Mr. Avasthi said that the residents should come out proactively. This is what happened last week in our society. 1,000 residents around, they came to the ground. And do you know, today I came to know that some of the flag bearers were served a notice 107,116 for creating unrest in the society. There was nothing called unrest. It was a peaceful, protest. and nobody even said a bad word about anybody. Forget about getting into fight or anything.
Right.
So it was a peaceful protest. Then you are served a notice of 116107 from the authorities. Then why do you people come on ground? They're all working people.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the role of the administration here?
Right.
That I would
Absolutely.
like to know from Mr. Avasthi. Like proactive people, it is difficult for them.
Actually, Mr. Avasthi, I don't think is the person, it is the administration. And as through our columns, we are trying to raise that issue that if it was a peaceful protest and there was, there was a genuine grievance which has not been redressed, how can an administration serve the notices? Of course, we will raise the issue, but I don't think whether Mr. Avasthi will be able
Okay,
to
okay. I
give
was
an
not
answer to
aware of
that.
his. I was
Right?
not aware of his, exactly.
He's a lawyer. He's a lawyer.
Okay, okay.
Right? Actually, Suvigya, there are two other issues that I would like to raise with you. One is that is there some way of, in your opinion, some way of resolving these issues? Because clearly the official route is not a very efficient route. So an unofficial route, how can this be resolved?
Yeah, well, I think, as Ms. Indrani suggested that, constant proactivism also really leads sometimes to, bad situations. But that should not, because of course, every protest would be met with some resistance. Of course, people in power don't want to let go of the power, and often these actions are supported by misappropriation of funds. There are always financial angles involved in
Yes.
such situations. So I think financial probity is one thing that residents need to be very, very, very aware about, because if you become very skeptical about the way the money is being spent by the office bearers, I think that will really act as a sort of regulation in their conduct. So appointment of independent auditors, government listed auditors has to be the first step that these RWA should come together and very actively ask for, because that will really ascertain as to how every single penny is being spent. Now we see a lack of sanction there, as well as to financial statements and audited accounts are supposed to be submitted to the registrar on a regular basis. But as the elections are also delayed, these financial statements, audited statements, are also not submitted in time.
Yeah.
So many societies I see, are non-compliant with this mandatory provision, and no action is taken.
Mhm.
So now that the RTI Act empowers all the members, and if any adverse action is taken by the administrators, then of course, again, you have a right to approach the court for any sort of harsh penalty that is being imposed on you unfairly or maliciously. But the court system also, struggles through its own judicial pendencies, especially the Allahabad High Court, where the judicial
Right.
pendencies are much more than.
Can I take this in a different direction?
Yeah.
Is there both these societies? They are not more than 5 years after handover, right? Mahagun Modern and Airville Intellicity and the
Yeah, the
Amrapali.
AIA was formed here 3 years back.
Yeah. So then isn't it true, Suvigya, that they can actually go to a RERA and say that 5 years there is a zero defect liability? They're talking about maintenance. They're talking about problems. Can they go to RERA? Is that an option left to them?
Yes, I mean, definitely for societies, which are covered under defects liability period, builders
Yeah.
can be made accountable for defective services.
Right.
They can also be sued in the consumer courts.
Yes.
I have seen some instances where I have acted on behalf of certain members, and they've gotten suitable compensation from the consumer courts as well. Provisions of RERA, where builders can be penalized, compensation for various deficiencies can be awarded, and RERA has been taking some proactive steps, especially the RERA in Haryana. It has also made it easier and more accessible for the members, because now they can, of course, approach the RERA authorities through online complaints. So yes, RERA provisions, especially for societies, which are under defects liability period, can be
Yeah.
utilized.
Maybe that is something that our guests would like to consider, because if you go to RERA and say that there are defects in the facilities of this this building, there is something that RERA may be able to handle. But if you go to the consumer courts, that too is another option. Maybe not high courts, but it may be a faster option if you go to your state consumer forums. But there's something else that I would like to ask.
Jayashree, if I may
Yeah.
just point out one impediment
Yes.
that people may face while approaching RERA, which I
Yeah.
faced, that it's like a back and forth. They say now the RW is constituted, you have a mechanism there
Yes.
to address your grievances there.
Yeah.
RERA says that RERA will pass an issue and direction to the RWA,
No.
and then again there is no action.
No, Jayashree, there is one issue here. I believe
Yes.
that services will not come under RERA.
Structural default.
Structural defects will come under RERA.
Right.
Yes.
So if there is a deficiency in services, then they say that no, you'll have to. But I just want to understand one thing. Can a resident go to consumer court against the RWA for a deficiency in the
that?
services? Can they go?
Well, no, they cannot.
So then where will
Not
they
again,
go?
the RWS, yes, that is a jurisdictional issue where RWS cannot be sued in the consumer courts because it's a society, it's a body, body of individuals and association. They're not particularly providing the services; they're just managing the services.
Yeah.
Service providers can be sued, but not the RWS, unfortunately.
If they have a poor maintenance of any facility, can they sue the service provider?
Definitely, the RWA has been empowered under the Societies Registration Act to bring any action or sue the service providers for deficiency of services.
But it's not the RWA, it's the residents.
Individual residents.
Individual, yes, the individual residents. They can also approach through the RWA in the name of the...
That can't be done. No, it's the RWA that's the problem.
They're in cahoot. The RWA are in cahoot with the service providers. They have taken money from them. So they will never be the party of the complaint.
Geeta ji, I would like to ask you something. If in the Amrapali case, why don't you approach the court receiver? The court receiver's handling every project of the Amrapali, and NBCC is supposed to correct the defects and set it right. Why wouldn't you go to the court receiver?
We are connected with CRR Victor Ramni.
Yeah.
But the work process is very slow. The NBCC is not working in full form.
Right.
बहुत ही कम labor है. We are complaining. We are in the line.
Okay. Right. There's a question from Akanksha. In the Mahagun Modern case, despite the HC order, the maintenance hasn't been handed over to the AOA. What to do in such cases? Would you be able to address that?
Yes. So of course, first they can seek inspection of accounts. Where are those monies lying? With whom? So the member who has such concern can definitely write to the managing committee, and they're supposed to answer. If not, as I indicated earlier, they can write to the secretary in appeal, which has to be decided within a stipulated time frame of 1 month. Failing which, again, they'll have to unfortunately approach the registrar and seek inspection of the accounts by paying a very small token fee. So yes, they can definitely get the status of the money and where those monies are lying. And once they get that status, they can file a complaint before the registrar.
There's another question I've got from Akshay Anthony, who says there are several cases of malpractice and tampering with the prepaid meters installed by the builder. Can the builder make any changes in electricity meters of individual consumers to account for any other charges other than power consumption?
Well, not of course, they cannot do it officially, but we have been hearing a lot of noises about fiddling with the electricity meters or setting it in a way that it charges over consumption. Now there are effective mechanisms under the Electricity Act. This is an illegal act, and any sort of disturbance or any kind of meddling with the electricity meter connections is a punishable offense. So if there is, one can always approach the police or the magistrate with a complaint if such a thing is noticed. But before that, of course, you can raise it with the RWA. But sadly, we see that sometimes RWAs are hand in glove with such activities. Then a better avenue would be to, of course, approach the police authorities or the judicial magistrate.
And actually, in electricity, I think recently there was a case where it was declared that electricity is something that is that is a consumer right, and the consumers can actually, if there is a tampering with your meters, that is definitely something that you can go to the consumer court, right?
Definitely.
There you have recourse, whereas in the other cases, if the registrar is not efficient, then you have situations like what our guests are facing. There's Harish.
No, now Jayashree, in Noida, particularly in UP, now they have come with a different law, a different administration. They say that individual resident of a society will have their own meter directly installed by UP Electricity Board.
Multi-point connection is
Multi-point
initiated.
connection is initiated now.
Yes.
So now it is not that the power will come through the RWA. Electricity supply will not come only through the power. So better to go for that and pay RWA separately for the other facility charges.
That's right. And de-link your electricity from that. There's Harish Dhiman, who's written, my parents shifted into a high-rise with all modern amenities and so did not mind paying a 2-year advance maintenance charges. But within a month, they noticed seepage of water through their bathroom wall, destroying cabinets in the kitchen. They dialed maintenance office and told them to address the problem. Despite repeated follow-ups, things remained unchanged. What can they do? And this is something that we've also got from somebody in Pioneer Urban in Gurgaon. The facility manager is CBRE. And despite repeated corrections, they come, they fix it, and they go away. In the last 2 years, the person has filed 35 complaints for the same issue. So clearly, it's a problem that has not been corrected. Now, what can you do in these cases?
Reda.
Jayashree, as we were discussing earlier, yes, exactly. These are structural defects.
Yeah.
These are deficiency in services in the construction. So they can definitely approach the RERA and seek compensation, and RERA is really proactive in such issues.
Yeah.
And of course, they can also approach the consumer courts and seek compensation there as well. Again.
So Harish Dhiman, that's your solution. Go to RERA. This is a structural problem, and you can go to RERA, and it will be you will be heard. Especially if it is RERA authorities like in Gurgaon and so on, they have been extremely favorable to the consumers in this case, right? I think
I have one question related to this RERA.
Yes.
There were some complaints about the builder from this AOA in RERA, and where builder had sent a response that this particular project is not RERA registered. So in such a case, when the project is not RERA registered, maybe it was like given before this formation of RERA. So what to do with in such projects?
Even whatever the project is, for the first 5 years, RERA has jurisdiction over the projects. If the handover has not happened more than 5 years ago, you can still go back to RERA and ask for this.
Okay.
Right. The RERA authorities, in fact, the Haryana Gurgaon RERA actually made a statement saying that any project that is within the 5-year period, RERA has jurisdiction.
They have passed order to this effect.
They passed an order to this effect. So you should be able to go back to RERA.
Okay.
Right. And you can quote that instance because it's a public
domain
document.
Okay.
Right. I think more or less the issues are something that we can't resolve in a forum like this, but we can raise our voices against that. The issue is that there is a lot of collusion between a developer and the AOAs, between a developer and the RWA, and between the authorities and maybe the developer and the AOAs. But somewhere, unless you raise your voices, these are intimidating tactics, like Indrani said, where people are being charged that you disrupted peace. when it was a peaceful protest. But the point is that if you get cowed down and you don't raise your voice, these issues will never be resolved. But the larger issue, and this is something that I would like Prabhakar also to comment on, the larger issue here is that this is probably the fourth tier of governance. It's the center, the state, the city, and then the RWA, which is supposed to work with the city authorities. What is a lot of the activities that the RWAs and AOAs are doing are civic maintenance issues. You maintain the lifts, you get the lifts maintained, you get the STPs maintained, you look after the hygiene and sanitation and various issues. But the point is that there are not enough laws, and the AOAs don't have enough teeth. So, and there's no regulator at all.
Exactly.
So whom do you go to? You can't go to a general court and expect that they will address the issue of 100 residents or the 1,000 residents. So this is where the entire system crumbles. We are raising our voices. We feel that this is an important issue that needs to be raised. And there are people like Suvigya who are working with residents trying to find solutions, but the solutions seem to be fewer and far between. Prabhakar, you want to comment on this?
I believe that this is high time now, because now just see that 25 years back, there was hardly any society in outside Delhi. There are very few, be it in Gurgaon or in Noida or other part of the country. But now large number of these societies have come up. So now I believe that this is high time that government should appoint a regulator. All the state governments should appoint a regulator, and they should delineate a clear-cut law for all the residents' rights and what they can ask from the RWA, and what are the redressal mechanism that they'll have to make strong, because otherwise everybody is going to the court, and not only that, the entire system is very, very inefficient, but also that you are burdening court with all these new cases.
Yeah.
So the government should also come forward with a clear-cut act to this regard with a regulator to head it.
So Vigya, I would like you to close this thing with an answer to what Vinay Swati has asked. My society is having an RW which is backed by the builder and is not elected. Our maintenance is suffering due to this. What can we do against them? That's what we started with. Maybe you can tell them in a nutshell, what are the points that you should do? And at the same time, I wish that our guests would find some recourse very soon. Please, Suvigya.
It's a default RWA appointed by the builder. Of course, as the solutions I indicated earlier, they remain. Second is, of course, if they are completely non-compliant and they are completely abrasive in their approach, you can always move to the registrar for cancellation of recognition of such an RWA, and to hold fresh elections. That is the legal part of it. Apart from that, apart from that, there is nothing one do legally apart from raise the grievances in the manner specified in the law.
Yeah. I have Seema Menon, who has been listening in and who has said, I live in South City 1. I find that members of the RWA start out with good intentions, but are soon disillusioned by the heavy politicking. And this each one of us can subscribe to. Can't the RWA office be made sturdier where behavior can be controlled so that the RWA officials who work free of cost are energized enough? Residents also should be given codes of conduct. In a condo, people meet easily, but in colonies with houses, layouts, people just write on WhatsApp without knowing the real rules, laws, government regulations, and get influenced by others. I'm sounding a bit vague, but on this important, this is important because we are dependent on RWAs to represent us to government organizations. I think that's a very fair point, that RWAs are the link with the first tier of governance, which is the city authorities. You work with your councillors. I would actually urge both of you, and this is something that I have told a lot of associations. Please go back to your councillor. You elect your councillors. The councillors are the link between, they are the elected members between you and your authorities. Go to your counselors. If the counselor is a strong official, he will be able to help you. And in many cases, we have seen counselors actually stepping forward to help the association and the residents. Since you have exhausted a lot of your options, maybe you would like to take the counselor into confidence. In Bangalore, in one of my shows, one of the RWs who came, they said that they worked with the counselor stood by them, he took the cudgels on their behalf, he fought with at various levels on their behalf and got issues sorted out. Maybe that's something that you would like to explore. Right? Thank you so much for joining this week in property. The issue is serious. The issue is something that many, many people around the country are facing. We felt that we needed to raise the flag. Have we found solutions? I don't think we have found them, but at least we need to debate it more, and there should be more public debate so that the issue can be resolved. Thank you so much for
Great.
watching this
Thank you
week in
very much.
property.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Jayashree. Thank you, everyone in the panel. Have a good day. Bye.